welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. In this episode, we are literally going to be cutting some holes in my PC. We're going to see if we can improve it a little bit, acoustically and like thermally. Hopefully, it's going to make some differences. As you can see right now, we are literally running Tech-Bodge, so that'll give you a chance to maybe you can hear what it sounds like. But yeah, should we we're gonna have to get all this stuff out, obviously, because I'm not leaving this hardware in there whilst I cut holes in the PC. I'm gonna have to let this finish running, everything out, and then we'll get to cutting it up, and then we'll get to building it back up, eh? Right guys, as you can see, my poor gaming PC. My poor PC is in bits. Oh, there's the beaut. I promise there will be a teardown on it. I promise. Yeah, so my PC is over in the kitchen. We're going to go there now and cut these holes because I want a game. Right, let's get to it. Okay guys, here we are in my kitchen. I am being somewhat lazy. I've moved most of the hardware, but the fans and stuff I'm going to keep in here. I'm just going to put this towel. I've got a tea towel stuffed in all the holes around the back so it won't go into any of the electrics. And we're going to cut the holes on the top here for the top radiator. I've marked out holes on the back here for the 120 radiator. And this one here, the reason I'm doing this one is because this one is what's causing so much of the noise. So we're going to get onto that. So let me get these cuts done. And then you guys sit back, we'll probably time lapse it or something, and I'll see you in a minute. Hey guys, we back. Full transparency, this is a couple of days later. Basically using that Dremel. I mean, I'm sure by now you all know that I've got an issue with my neck. I waited on operation for that, but yeah, using that Dremel basically put me in a discomfort that put me out of action for a few days. I've not been able to stream or anything. I've not even been able to sleep, so please mind the bags. Anyway, that being said, over to the machine and how we got on. Oh my god, it's been friggin' phenomenal. Well, I'm super happy with the results. Let me take you over. We'll give you a closer look on what all these cuts look like. So obviously I put this filter on when I'm not doing anything, but I usually pop it off when I am. So first and foremost, we got this here. These cuts on the top here. Obviously, I leave these off if I'm doing like a long gaming session or something, because as the CPU ramps up, I've got all these fans that will ramp up with the CPU. These are on full anyway, but any extra pressure, air pressure, will just get forced up through here. So that's a good thing. Around the back, the one that I started with, you can see now that I've also bent this bottom bit down, so the fan is really open back here, and also I've bent this up so it creates like a barrier between here and here. So really this fan's gonna want to pull from out there rather than up here. I mean, it'll still be able to take some air, but there's more freedom for it to take from there. So it stops the air from these, because this is an intake and this is an exhaust. It just stops it just circulating on itself. Some will happen, but less. And also, since cutting this one out, the arc, which sits right next to it, actually like idles at like 10-12 degrees less than it was idling at before I did that. and I didn't change anything else. So that's a plus. That definitely worked out. Again, on the top here, we've got, for the CPU cooling, there's such a change in the airflow up here because of these holes. If you're wondering, I didn't cut this strip out because I wanted to conserve some of the structural strength of the case. Because obviously it's an aftermarket case. It's what, Gain Max, so it's not bad though. It's quite tough. It's quite thick. I will probably get some black pen and just go along these sharp edges. Well, they're not sharp. Well, they're a little sharp. Just don't put your hand in there. Right, sorry guys, I had to twist it around a bit so that I could show this off a bit better, get some better lighting on it. What if I do that? Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Right, so I've got this with a little corner cut out because obviously the aerial there also covers that slot, which is kind of nice. So we'll pop that out. I do, yes, I have taped up all the holes. I do like very directional cooling, which means that basically all the air that's being pushed into this case, it can only leave through here or through these fans here, which I don't ramp up too high. They just help out, relieve some of the pressure off these fans, which means when everything ramps up down here, it all wants to push up and out of here. So these holes, it makes a difference. Anyway, back here, this is obviously an intake. I've got this as an intake. This here, I don't know if you can see it, this basically just cooker hood carbon filter. I vape and smoke, so a handy trick, if you put this on all of your intakes, it stops your dust in there being sticky, icky. It genuinely helps massively. Like, you still get dust buildup, it's still a funny browny colour, but it just wipes off. So if you vape, cooker hood filters, just cut them up and put them everywhere. Look, I've got them literally on the bottom, they're just all the way around. So yeah, handy tip in the middle of the video, cooker hood filters. But yeah, so guys, this here is obviously practically the entire radiator cut out. I leave this off when I was benchmarking, so if you're wondering, this filter it stays on during game because it doesn't matter, but it does come off if I'm cinebenching or something. So that 30 watts of extra cooling is with this filter off and with this filter off. Yeah, so funnily enough, I kind of can't have this filter on in game because it lifts it. So hey, I'm back. Right, so basically doing these cutouts with this 12900KS and the fact that the motherboard won't play nicely with XTU and won't let me control the voltage in there, I'm able to do like an all-core sort of downvolt, but past a 45 undervolt, I start really losing power on the single core, so I left it at that. So I can't get it to behave nicely and give me 5.2 in Cinebench all-core at the moment. Not yet. Not with the cooling solution in there and the way the voltage is. So I can see exactly what sort of cooling wattage wise that I get because I have XTU up. I can see the wattage pull on the CPU, and before I did all these cuts, she was throttling down to about 269, nice, 270 watts. So obviously I had 270 watts worth of cooling. After cutting these holes out, she now throttles down to about 3.3, 303 watts. That's what I said. It's what I said. Which gives me like borderline 5 gig to 5.1 gig on the P cores. So I'm so close to being able to just naturally cool her down to 5.2 gig all core. So close. So yeah, we'll keep stepping it up the cooling, but I'm happy with that. It gave me like basically 30 watts of cooling by just cutting holes out of my case. So if you can literally improve your PC with 30 watts of cooling by just cutting some holes out, that don't cost you nothing. Just saying. So yeah, just quickly on acoustics, I'll put a comparison. I'll play the old version first, before the cuts, and then the after. You heard the old version before, but I'll just put them side by side so you can hear the difference. I don't think it's a massive sound level difference. I feel like it's more of a tonal, but you'll hear that. Okay. So yeah, as you can hear there, personally I think it sounds, it's just a bit more pleasing on the ear. It's a little less whiny, especially that bottom corner cut out. I think I need to relieve some from underneath, but because I don't actually have a filter on the bottom, I'm just using the rails of the case. I've kind of left them there. They do whine on very full pelt, but that only really happens in the Cinebench, so that's not a problem. So yeah, the whines helped. It's still as loud, like, I mean, but it's more whooshy, if you get me. So anyways, that being said, shall we see how we get on in some games? Well, actually, I'll just run some COD. We'll just watch some Warzone here. I'll just run a bit of Warzone. You can see I let the game run for 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes or so, and then I'll pull a video up so we can see what the the overall constant sort of temps are. And then we'll call it one. But this has definitely been a success. Definitely been a success. I'm gonna have to go because this is absolute agony holding this phone here right now. I don't know why I didn't set up a tripod, but I didn't. But hey, I'm here now, so we're gonna just get this out. How can I not be happy with that? 30 watts of cooling, just by cutting some holes in my case. Laughing. Right. Anyways, don't forget, subscribe, follow, like the video. Even if you didn't like it, just like the video. Does it really cost you anything? Eh? Just saying, right? I like yours. In a bit, guys. Let's see some COD. Look, I'm probably going to show you this in gameplay, but I'd just like to point out that, I mean, I can show you the clocks in gameplay, but let me just point it out that over here, on hardware, over here, look how effective my clocks are in comparison to what they're actually running. Tell me you can't overclock NVIDIA. Okay guys, this is my fourth drop in, so this is my fourth run in. On the clocks wise, it varies. Sometimes it does to 21:15, sometimes 21:22, sometimes 21:45, and then obviously the 21:37 you've seen before. But along the field with that GPU, regardless, we lose 3, maybe 4 megahertz max. But again, you can see the temps are just sweet. I do play with very high settings. I am quite high graphically, so you've probably seen this graphics card running a better frame rate than this one. So. Some shit. I'm not entirely sure how long I'm gonna last, but a bit rusty. All seriousness, I didn't win the last couple of games. I did spectate them just to get the temps going though, just let them run. So this is like 4 full games through, so we're a good hour into play. Like, So yeah, as you can see, the temps here, like the temps are working. Definitely have no problem with wise. The game's super responsive. It's never having to wait. This graphics card never has to wait. But yeah, basically I play with pretty much everything on and DLS quality. Oh, fucking such a dick. I am such a... No. I didn't just do that, did I? That didn't happen. It's all a figment of your imagination. It's not real. I'm gonna have to fucking film. I'm not even gonna tell you to film this.
Fuck. Worse for the Warriors. And your RTB. We lost that one, but we'll get those some bitches next time.
Well, that was eventful. Anyways, as you can see, an hour later, the temps haven't really changed. We're cooking on gas. She's running like an absolute beaut, and yeah, it's you know, I never said I was good at this game. I just said
Gas
I'd
is
play
moving
it.
in. New safe
Right,
zone
so
located.
we've got a bit of footage, so you can see how it's got on, and you know, I think she does alright. So remember, hit that subscribe, hit that like, make sure you hit the notifications, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I promise I'll do a tear down on that GPU so you can see what's going on. I promise. Alright, guys. Peace.